Alright, hi everyone. This is MathSifu Moses. So this is the first day for our MathSifu EOY Sprint 2024, and I'll be starting on P6 because P6 Maths PSLE is this week and is this coming Friday. So I just want to quickly go through one paper, and I've went through a couple of schools papers, and I find that this Admiralty Primary School's paper is one of the more difficult papers that I've came across in a while. So I wanted to take this time to go and record the work solutions, go through the questions with you guys, and hopefully that you guys have already downloaded the papers and solve it on your own. So we can go through them. And then along the way, if you have any questions, okay, if you have any questions about the paper, about how I did some calculations, or maybe when I explain certain things and you are not clear, okay, what I suggest and recommend for everyone to do is straight away leave a comment in the YouTube section, comment section. Okay, I'll be keeping an eye on these videos over the next few days, and then I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. Okay, for those of you who know me, and then for my students as well, you guys should know that I respond very actively on all my social media channels. Okay, so take this final time, this study break period for you guys to actually get more rest, of course, get more rest, and also to quickly recap and look through your past mistakes already. Okay, can. So without further ado, let's get started into our paper one. After paper one, I'll go straight into paper two. Okay, so this is going to be a one-shot video. This is going to be a one-shot video. Okay, so let's go. All right, MOD Primary School P6. This is this year. I say again, this is this year's prelim exam. All right, so it's one of the latest papers that I can get already. Okay, so the question I can say is the most relevant and they are the most challenging already. All right, let's go. Okay, so okay, first up, which of the following is 52,068? 52,068. This one, option number two. So for simple questions, I'll just go through. Okay, don't know, just ask in the comment section. Okay. Which of the digit is in the hundreds place? Hundreds place is here because it's the TH, so answer is 7, option 3. Which of the following is a net? Is a net of the prism. Okay, of a prism. This one is of a pyramid. So no. Okay, let me change the color. It's color better. Okay, this one is also a pyramid. This one cannot because the sides will clash. This side, oops. Okay, let's do again. Option 2, option 2, option 3. And then these two are wrong. This one will clash because this side will clash with this side. So that leaves us with answer number 4. Okay, now prism. Okay, each of the figure below made out of 2 identical squares and 4 identical rectangles. Which one has a line of symmetry? Option number 2. Okay, some people will ask why option 4 cannot. Option 4 cannot because because of the arrangement of the shapes. So if you cut it like that, left side and right side are not symmetrical. So option 4 cannot. Okay. Question 5. In the figure, ABCD is a square. AECDF are straight lines. Find AED. Okay, this one quite interesting because we need to see from here, there are a couple of things that we need to go and point out. Number one, we must see that FCE is 45. Okay, and then from here, we can also see that EFC, this one is 180 minus 118, which is 62. Okay, so therefore, for FEC, because we want to find AED. AED is equals to FEC because of vertically opposite, vertically opposite. So I want to find this one. So in order to find this, we take 180 minus 62 minus 45. So this one will be 118 minus 45, 73. So answer will be option 4. Okay, I will be uploading these papers onto the Google Drive where you guys downloaded your papers. So don't worry if you guys missed the live. But of course, I recommend you guys to follow through with me. Okay. Okay, question 6. Haziq has K. After buying 6 similar cakes, he had $7 left. Okay, so this one, some people cannot visualize. So I just draw straight away. I draw a model. So this amount is K. After buying the 6 cakes, this is $7 left. So for this what is the cost of each cake? Will be K minus 7 divided by 6. This one actually, once you see the model, is quite straightforward. Okay, next, 7. The pie chart shows how Sue pocketed her money last week. Okay, so this one we must immediately see that it's 25%. So what is the ratio of money spent on toys to pens? Okay, so this is 25, 35 is 60, 60 plus 10, 70. So toys is 30. Okay, so toys to pens, ratio 3:1. Okay, let me go and take out the other answers first. Do you all prefer me to take, or you all prefer me to write down in answer in brackets? Okay, let me know in the comment section as well. Or today I'll just do both. Okay, I'll just do both. Okay, question 8. The plan of a town is shown in a square grid. Peter is in the town, is inside here. Okay, he stands in the location northeast of the bank and the west of the library. Northeast of the bank, so it's about here. So it's about along here. It could be the market, but it's not the market. And the west of library, to the west of library. So you see that this is where Peter is. At which place is southeast from Peter? Southeast is this side. So answer clinic. Okay, Hannah. Next. Find the length of the cuboid. The volume is 63 and it's a square face, shaded square face. That means I can say that the length is also 3. That means 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 7 will be 63. Option 1. Okay, so it's 3 times 3 times something gives me 63. Okay, you don't need to show the full working. Okay, for those of you who still want to write full workings for MCQ, don't need. Okay, just go through your calculations, run through your head, get it over and move on. Okay, arrange this distance from longest to shortest. Okay, 45 meters, 4/5 kilometers, 0.405 kilometer. You must understand that this one is actually 1 kilometer and 800 meters. So those of you who need to, this one is more for conversion of units. Okay, so the longer is definitely this one. This is definitely longer. So option 1 and 2 are out. Okay, you must learn how to do smart elimination. Those answer that is wrong, just take out. Don't think about it already. Okay, then for 3 and 4, which one do we take? This is 400 meters and this is 45 meters. So answer will be option 3. Okay. Next, 11. This is one of the tricky questions that almost fooled the entire cohort. Okay. Maybe take 12 unit cubes and glue them together to form the solid below. Which of the following could be the top view of the solid? So top view from the top. But interestingly is that this number actually plays a very, very important part. Why? Because from the diagram itself, there is only 11 cubes shown. There's only 11 cubes that's visible. That means where is that one missing cube that is not shown in the diagram? It could be anywhere behind. That means you see from the side, you cannot see. You must see from the top. So it could either be B. It could either be B, where it's stuck behind here. Or it could be C. It's stuck behind here. But it's not shown because of how the orientation of the diagram that you see right now. You cannot see the 12 cube. So you must, that's why you say which of the following could be the top view. We have no idea which exact location it is. So we must write both. Answer 3. It cannot be just A. If you just, most people will just write A because they didn't read the question. The question said 12 unit cubes. But there are only 11 cubes visible. So they will assume that the 12 cubes is in the diagram already, or they just count the diagram and they didn't read the question. Okay, this is a very, very common issue. All right, this kind of question came out in the recent last 2 years throughout the entire Singapore. All right, so make sure you read the question and count the cubes and make sure they tally. If they don't tally, ask yourself, where is the missing cube? This one by now is a must. Okay, so answer is 3. Next, the figure form is joined by a quarter circle OXY, sides 10 cm. OYZ with 10, sides 10. So let's put in the 10 first. The 10 is here. Find the perimeter. So this is a quarter circle. Okay, the printing a bit off. So this is still a quarter circle. Okay, so the quarter circle will be, we are looking at the perimeter. So the perimeter is 2 pi r. But now this one is 1/4. So it's 1/4 of 2 pi r. R is 10 in this case. Okay, at the same time, and plus 40. Okay, plus 40 because of this 4. Like that. Okay, find the perimeter. So this one can cancel, gives me 5. So this one gives me 15.7 plus 40. This will be 55.7. So option 2. Okay, next. Letters per 30 gram. Okay, the airmails to country show. I'm not gonna explain the whole table. I'm just gonna read. Okay, graphic has 5. Send later, there is 45 and some postcards. Okay, so let's calculate the letters first. The letter is 45 grams. Okay, it's broken down to first 30 grams and then the next 15 grams. So this one is 70 cents. This 15 grams is every additional 10 grams or less. So you need to consider how many blocks of 10 grams are there. So this one, if we need to round up, because it's 10 grams and this is 5 grams. So it means there are 2 slots. 2 slots of 20 cents. Okay, 2 slots of 20 cents. So this is 20 cents. This is 20 cents. So total here 110. Okay, so after spending this 110 on this letter, this person will be left with 390. So per piece of postcard is 80 cents. So the maximum that he can go is 4 more. 9 more not nine more not enough. Five as in five cards not enough. 5 cards need $4. She only got 390, so not enough. So answer 4 maximum. Because what is the greatest possible number? Okay. Can digest a bit. As of now, I already went through question 13 already. So okay, so this is question 13. Can a bit more breakdown involved lah. Okay, next. This question 14 and 15 also throwing a lot of people off. Okay, so let's see. Eileen has 3 empty containers XYZ. So now the thing is that total of X is filled with water, 3/5 is filled with water, 3/4 is filled with water. In the end, there was an equal amount of space that is not filled with water. So what concept is this? This is actually an equal concept. Okay, for equal concept, it will be how? That means we need to make the numerators, we need to put the fractions to be the same first of the same quantity, and then we make the numerators the same. So in this case, we are focusing on the amount that is not filled with water, not filled. Okay, so total X is filled. So 1/3 X is not filled. Is equals to 2/5 of Y that is not filled. That is equals to 1/4 of Z that is not filled. So as you can see, we got numerators of 1 and 2. So I need to change everything to 2. Because it's all the lowest common multiple. Okay, so this one is 2/6x equals to 2/5 y equals to 2/8z. Like that. Okay, so now we can from here and figure out what fraction of the total amount of water poured was in container X. So we need to go and find the number of units that is being filled with water. So here we have 4 units that is filled. Okay, I say again, I write down here, filled. So this is 4 units filled. This is 3 units filled, not equal. And then this one is 6 units filled for Z. Okay, 8 minus 2, 5 minus 2, 6 minus 2. Okay, so the total filled here is how many? This one is 13 units. 13 units of water or space that is being filled. So out of the total amount of water poured is in X, 4. Answer is option 3. Okay. Okay, last one for booklet A. This one also throwing a lot of people off. Gwen used 57 sticks to pin three big triangular flags and small triangular flags. There's an equal number of small flags between any 2 big flags. She pinned an equal number of small flags between any 2 big flags. So there's a couple of things that we can see because this one becomes like a number pattern question, but it's not so direct. Okay, how many small flags did Gwen pin between any 2 big flags? That means I'm looking for all the little things in the middle. Okay, so if we were to look at the diagram as it is, let me try to top up the diagram. That is okay, like that. Then it's like this. Yeah. It will probably look like that. So total is 57 tags. So you see, the first thing that we need to do, right, is to remove all the extra stuff. What do you mean by extra stuff? The extra stuff is all the big flags. And in each of these big flags, do you see how many tags are being used? From here, there are 5. From here, no, sorry, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. This one also 4. The last one here, how many? The last one here is actually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to take all these things out first. Okay, so it's 57 minus 13. 44. Because why? Because in order to pin the small tags, the small flags, you see I change the color. It requires 2 tags for one small flag. So that means the remaining 44 tags, right, are all used to pin the small flags. So it's just 44 divided by 2. Answer 22. Option 3. Okay, that is the way to solve the problem. When you see number patterns like this, the most straightforward idea is to make sure you remove all the extra stuff. So whatever that's left, right, is being splitted evenly. So it's easier for you to digest the problem. Okay, let me turn on the aircon first. My aircon hasn't been on for very long. Wait. Okay, with that, we come to the end of booklet A. Okay, how do you guys score? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so with that, I'll continue on to our booklet B. Booklet B. Okay, ready? Let's go. Okay, once again, this one also cannot use calculator, so I'll try my best to I'm not using any calculators here. Okay, later then we take out calculator. Okay, so let's continue here. 6.82 plus 3.9. This one don't really need to think too much lah, okay. 10.72. Okay, 260 times 3, 26 times 3 is 78. There are 2 zeros, 7,800. Okay. For this simple question, I'll just blast through. I'll just go through. Okay. Don't know, just ask in the question. Don't know, just ask in comments. Okay. No need to scared, just ask. Now last few days already. You all now paiseh to ask. I can help you already. Okay, find the value of 5/6 divided by 35. So it equals to multiply by 1/35. Okay, simplify like that. So it's 1/42. Okay, can find the value of 4 minus 6/2e when e is 5. So it's 4 minus 6/10. 4 minus 3/5. So it's 3 and 2/5. In the simplest form, so it's 3 and 2/5. Okay, write your numbers big enough lah. Okay, means they exchange your $10 notes for 20-cent coins. All the coins have the same value. What's the value of each coin? So it's 10,000 cents divided by 20 cents. This is the most straightforward way to look at it. 550, sorry. So equals to 50. Okay. Okay, continue. 21A, express 0.7% as a fraction. A lot of people get thrown off by this. I also don't know why. Okay, 0.7%. If you see percent, means over 100. So just go and put the fraction. Okay, so it's 0.7 over 100. 5% is 5/100. 6% is 6/100. So 0.7%, 0.7/100. Then from here, you see that, oh, I cannot put decimal in fractions. Then how? I multiply both the top and bottom by 10. So it's 7/1000. Okay, don't get confused by decimals in percentage. It happens all the time. If everything increased by whole numbers, I tell you, your laksa today $10 already. Okay, can express 1.3 as a percentage. 1.3, one whole is already one whole, so it's 100%. This 0.3 is 30%, so it's 130%. Okay. Okay, measure and write down the length of YZ to the nearest 0.1 cm. Okay, so if because it's based on my my zooming of the screen. So what my answer here will be different from yours. Okay. So this one I leave it up to you all. This one should be quite easy. The measuring as well. Okay, the measuring here. Oh yeah, I don't have a protractor with me right now. But based on what I see is about 20 something, 27-ish. The last time I recorded this answer, it was 27. Let me go and quickly go and check for my past records. Paper 1. Okay, so your answer for A is 3.7. Size is 27. Okay. Okay, so what is the margin of error? Okay, for angles, angle is always plus and minus 1 degree. That means anything between 28. Let's say that they have an ideal answer. Okay, they have an ideal answer. So maybe the answer is 28. So your answer could be between 27 to 29. 2 degrees, right, is too much already. 2 degrees too much already. Okay. And then for measurement of length, what's the margin of error? Plus minus 0.2. Most cases. Of course, we strive our best to be the most accurate as possible. Okay, so let's not bet on this margin of errors, but good to know. Good to know. At least you know what is the amount of margin that we can play with. Okay, plus minus 1 degree, plus minus 0.2 cm. Okay. Okay, next, write down the total number of marked angles that is or are 90 degrees. Okay, so obviously this is one. And then where's the other one? The other one, right, is actually here. Why? Because you see here is 2 to 1. Here is also 2 to 1. So actually this is also a 90 degree. Name two lines that are parallel to each other, EF and AB. Parallel means running along the same direction. By now you should know already. If you don't know, then you please go and recap already. Okay, by now that means you are screwing up quite badly already. Okay, so I won't touch a lot on this one. Okay, 24. Walking from home to park 1.4 kilometer away, walk at 70 meter per minute. How long did she take? Okay, so this one quite straightforward. 1,400 meters. I want to change all to the same units. Then I divide by 70 meter per minute. So I cancel like that. It answer 20 minutes. So answer 20. At what time did you start walking from the park? She reached the park at 9:18. She took 20 minutes. That means we need to work backwards. Okay, so this one work backwards. So this one is 9:18. So 10 minutes 9:08. 10 minutes 8:58. So it's 8:58 a.m. Okay, can? Okay, let's go. Question 25. At this rate, how many liters of water will flow from the tap in half an hour? Okay, for half an hour. From here, we can see it's a constant rate of 4 minutes to 25 liters. It's a constant rate because you see from the intersection point here. We can further verify this by saying it's 8 minutes to 50. 4 minutes to 25. Okay, so half an hour means 30 minutes. Okay, so straightforward, we can do this L method. Okay, so this one 30 over 4 is 7. How do we do this? So we can do manual working now. Go ahead. Okay, so it's 750 divided by 4. Okay, so it's if I will do a quick working here, 750 divided by 4 is 1, then is 8, and then 187.5 lah. Like that. So in 30 minutes, it'll be 187.5 liters. Okay. I'm doing a lot of mental calculations here. So of course, you all just go and if you all don't know your mental calculation, it's okay. Do your working. Okay. But if you all want to learn how I do my mental calculation stuff, okay, I'm not sure it's in time enough for this PSLE, a bit hard, but for your juniors, for your siblings, for those of you who want to learn your mental calculation stuff, right? Okay, I'll be running a workshop at the end of the year. Okay, so you guys can encourage your siblings to join my workshop at the end of the year. Okay, it's at a very, very low cost. Okay, so I will see you all in December. Okay. Okay, moving on. Question 26. PQ is one side of the square. So this one quite straightforward because it's a square. So draw PQRS such as it has the same perimeter as ABCD. Since they already say it's a square and PQ is already drawn, so no need to be too hard up about it. So it's just 3 to 1. So this is 1 point, this is 1 point, and then this is 1 point. So we just draw a straight line. I see I can draw it here. Oh, a bit tough. Okay, hang on. I have to use the ruler tool here. 好吧. This is 1. Okay, might not be the most accurate, okay? But you guys get the idea lah, huh? Like that. Okay, but FYI, please, number 1 rule, use pencil on diagrams. Always use pencil on diagrams. This one I harp for like don't know how many years already, but people still want to use pen. Okay, pencil on diagrams. Okay. B, XY is the base of a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Draw XYZ such that it's the same area as A, B, C, D. So from here, we see from this area, it is is 6 unit square. 6 unit square. And then this is already 4. That means for the height, it must be the height and the base must come together to be twice of the 6 units. So it's 12. Because the triangle is half times base times height. So the height here must be 3 units. And then I draw it downwards like that. Right angle, because they already mentioned it's a right angle triangle, so it shouldn't be a 2. Yeah, like that. So this is your Z. All 3 diagrams should not overlap each other. Here they explicitly tell you use a pencil to draw diagrams and label them clearly. Okay, even if they don't tell you, you must use pencil. Use pencil to draw your diagrams. It's a must. Okay, in case what happens if you want to erase, let's say you use pen draw, then you cannot erase how, then the whole thing screw up already. Okay, so use pencil on diagrams. Okay, this one last warning. This one last warning already. Okay, let's move on. Question 27. Find number of pupils who choose mango and pear. Okay, so the apple and orange is the same because they show it's 1/6 in terms of fraction. The quantity is the same. And from here, we can already straight away say that this is apple and this is orange. At the same time, we can straight away link the fraction to the quantity. So that way, 1/6 of total equals to 15. That means the total is 90. Okay, who choose mango and pear. So from here, we can also continue to read from the table itself. So, and from observation, we see that pear is bigger than mango. So this is obviously pear, and this is obviously mango. Okay, so you must be able to make certain relations like that. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This mango is 25, 30, 35. Pear is 35, mango 25. Mango 25, pear 35. Okay, so couple of observations from the pie chart to the bar graph. You must be able to make certain relations in terms of the size, in terms of the reading of the scales. All these must come together by now already. Huh? Okay, this one quite straightforward. I will not spend too much time on this. Okay, next. 28. ABCD is a trapezium. And they already indicated to you that BC is parallel to AD. Okay, BEFG is a rectangle. Find ABE. Okay, ABE. Okay, there's a couple of things we can find still. Okay, so first of all, we want to find GBC. All right. Oh, where did he go? Where did he go? They are coming to the end of paper 1 already. That's nice. Okay, that's very fast. Okay, so angle GBC. Okay, go and solve them one by one. Okay, let's say if you don't know how to, let's say you have no idea or you have no idea where to start at this point. Okay, it's good for you all to actually have a plan. And for this plan, go and list out the things that you all need and then you all work backwards from there. Okay, let's say you all need ABE. You all don't know how to find ABE. You all don't know where to start. So the question to ask yourself is, in order to find ABE, what do you need? What do you need? Okay, so from here, I see that I have because from here we can observe that GBE is a 90 degree. It's not quite straightforward because it's a rectangle. Huh? So that means I need to find GBA. Correct? I need to find GBA. And then from GBA, I don't know what is GBA, but I need to find ABC. A, B, C in order to find GPA. Can follow? Find A, B, C in order to find GPA. And I need to find GBC. And from here, you work yourself upwards. This is ultimately the plan. Okay, I'll just put the plan here. So when you guys see the paper, you guys will know how to follow back up. So first of all, I need to work on GBC. 360 minus 254. So this one is 106. Okay, then I find ABC. The good thing is once you have a plan, right, you can just directly go for it. Directly, in a way, work through the steps already. ABC is here. ABC is here. As you can see, it is also, this is about angles in the same segment. If I have a pair of parallel lines, I can cut it through. So ABC plus BAD gives me 180. So ABC will be straightforward. 180 minus 104, which is 76. Oh, sorry. Okay, then once we got ABC, which is 76, then I will be able to find GBA. Right? GBA will be how many? 106 minus 76, which is 40. No, sorry, 30. Okay, that means this little part here, this is 30. And then finally, I can find ABE, which is 90 minus 30 equals to 60. Answer 60. Okay, good to have a plan. When you have a plan and then you work through, it's much easier. Huh? Much easier. Okay, and your workings will be very clear. When you look through, when you revise, it's easier to reflect. You reflect on it also. Okay, so that's for question 28. Let's move on. This one throw a lot of people also. ABCD is a rectangle of area 60. Length CE is 1/4 of CD. So what fraction of the ABCD is ACE? The moment I see this, the answer is straightforward 1/8 already. Okay, I don't know why people cannot get this. Okay, so we must understand if we were to observe ACD, okay, ACD, triangle ACD is half of the rectangle. Correct? ACD is half the rectangle, because AC is diagonal. Okay, at the same time, it's equal to half times, I'm going to write out the length, okay, which is the height, which is AD, and the base, which is CD. That's for ACD. But for ACE, what happens is that it's half times AD times CE. So now the differentiating factor, right, is the CD and CE. And in the question, they already say that CE is 1/4 of CD. That means if I were to rewrite this, AD times 1/4 times CD. Do you see that what you have did earlier on, AD times CD here, is the same? Correct? So AD and CD is, AD times CD is the full rectangle. All right, so that means if I were to continue here, it will be half times 1/4 times AD times CD. This whole thing is the rectangle. So we can say that what fraction of the rectangle ABCD, which is of the rectangle, is AC. This is my answer. 1/8. Okay, for those of you who need some time to process this, okay, pause the video, look at my working, think through, okay, think through, then you continue, okay. I'll just go as per normal speed. So with that, what is the area of ACE? We already know that the rectangle is 60 and AC is 1/8 of it. So it's just 60 over 8. That's it. So it's 15 over 2, 7.5 cm square. Done. Okay. And so with this we end paper 1. Okay, we took about 40 minutes. Okay, cool. With some introduction in front, that is about 35 minutes. About there, 35 minutes. Okay, this is the speed that we are supposed to go through in terms of paper. This paper is 1 hour. So straightforward. The answers are pretty straightforward here because paper 1 is the easier one. I want to focus more on paper 2. Paper 2 is the one that shows a lot of people. People scored very badly this time round, even though they practice a lot of papers. Okay, so this concludes the end of paper 1. Awesome. I just saw that there's another question over there, question 30. That is question 30. Okay, so I'm just gonna add in one more video over here. Okay. So a box contains yellow and blue marbles. 3/8 of the marbles are yellow. After 3/10 of the blue are removed and some red are added, 1/6 of the marbles are yellow. What fraction of the marbles in the box were red? This is also one of the killer questions as well. But nevertheless, this is a fraction question. Fraction which means that we draw model. Fraction, draw model. Okay. There are two purposes of fractions. By now, you all should know. And those of my students, I've been harping on this every single day. There are two purposes of fractions. One is quantity, one is proportion. This one is proportion. Proportion, you draw models. Quantity don't need to draw. This is a proportion, so we draw models. So let's draw. 3/8 of the marbles are yellow. Draw lah. Whatever model you see, draw lah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them are yellow. Okay. Then the rest are blue. Okay. So what happens is that 3/10 of the blue are removed. Okay. Are removed. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I'm left with 5 units. So can just nicely just divide them to both lah. Okay, one thing is that I do not recommending cutting along the same layer. Don't cut. Okay, it makes the whole thing damn confusing. Draw a new layer, look at it properly. Okay, so 3 of 10 is removed. Some marbles are added. 1/6 of the marbles are yellow. So do you see that this yellow marbles is the same as the 3/8 marbles that we talk about it in front? So what does it mean? This becomes a equal concept question. See, second time already, second time or equal concept already. So 3/8 of the old total, okay, is equals to 1/6 of the new total. Because from the starting until now, the yellow never changed. Okay, so we can make this equation. So ultimately, I want to make the numerator the same once again. So it's 3/18 of the new total. Okay, so in the end, what fractions of the marbles in the box were red? So from here, this equal concept, what can we see? We can see that if their total is 8 units, this of the old total, I take out some marbles and put in new marbles, it becomes 18 units. That's the idea. Okay, so we need to go and consider what is the fraction of the blue that is being taken away. Okay, that is the idea we need to look at. Okay, so from here, 3/8, 1/6 of the marbles are yellow. So we find what is the fraction of the blue marble that is removed. So it will be fraction of blue removed. Okay, so it will be 3 out of 10. Okay, how many? 3 out of 10 times 5 out of 8. Okay, so this one, if we can simplify them like that, so it's 3 out of 16. 3 out of 16. Okay, can follow? 3 out of 16 are being removed. Okay, so, but the thing is that you see, I take out 3/16 like that. Also quite confusing because the denominator is not the same. Then how? Then how? How can we do that? So one way I can think of right now is to make the denominator of the old total to be 16 as well. Can that be done? And that can absolutely be done. So if I were to do that, so it will become 16 units. 3 out of 16 is being removed. 3 out of 16 is being removed. Yeah, can. So can take the 3 out of 8 to become 6 out of 16. At the same time, this one will also becomes 6 out of 36. So what does this mean? This is a very interesting analogy by now. Okay, I'm going to pop out the rest. So if I were to reinstate the whole story again, that means if the whole total is 16 units, okay, 6 units is the yellow, 3 units are being taken out, and red marbles are added in, such that it will end up to become 36 units. Okay, so let's have a look at what's going on. So 16 units total, then it becomes, so 3 units removed. Okay, then some weight are added, then it becomes 36 units. So when we follow the story like that, it's quite straightforward already, because it's 16 minus 3 plus something equal 36. Can follow? Can follow? Okay, so from here, it will be 13 plus something is 36. So we can straight away find out that the number of units that's being added into the total will be 23 units. So what fraction of the total marbles? Total marbles is a new total, are weight marbles. So the weight marble will be 23 over 36. Will be 23 over 36. This is my final answer. Okay. So this one involves a bit of a equal concept, but however, it requires us to actually extend a bit more. To why my video hang? Okay. To think a bit more into how can we make the numerator and denominator work in our favor. Okay, so this is for question 30. Yeah, and this is the official end of paper 1. Okay, there they say end of paper 1. So correct already. Okay. So this is for paper 1. Okay, so now let's move on to paper 2. Paper 2. Okay, I got my calculators ready. You guys should get your calculators ready as well. Okay, those of the things that can be done with calculator, I'll tell you all use calculator. Okay, no need to spend time on mental calculations or to do workings anymore, unless your mental calculation is very strong. Otherwise, just use calculator. Okay, don't waste marks because of that. Okay, let's get started. Paper 2. Write down all the common multiples of 6 and 8 that are smaller than 50. Obviously, 24, 48. Okay, how do we find lowest common multiple? Straightforward, because 6 and 8. Don't need to do listing. Please, at this point of time, don't do listing. Listing is a very P4, P5 thing. When you are doing listing, you are too slow. The straightforward common multiple is 6 times 8. So there's a common multiple already. Then we got to think from 48. Can there be another multiple that is smaller but it's still common multiple? So from here, what we can do is that because we observe that both numbers are even, if the both numbers are even, I can divide by 2. 24. So I need to continue to try. If I were 24, I divide by 2 is 12. But 12 is not a multiple of 8. Therefore, my multiple will be 24 and 48. That's all. Okay, don't need to be too hard about this. This is supposed to be straightforward. Okay? Write down all the common factors of 15 and 24. So 1, 3, 5, 15. That's for 15. 1, 2, 3, 6. No, 4. 4, 6. And then 8. Then 12, 24. Okay? So straight away this one listing can. This one I'm still okay with that. But provided your listing must be very strong. This one, if your listing is not strong, go back to P4. Back to P4 factors and multiple chapter 1. Go and recap on that one. Okay. So what are the common factors? 1 and 3. 1 and 3. What else are there? I don't see anything else. 1, 3. Yeah, that's all. 5, 15, all to have. Okay, next. Percentage discount for the chair shown. Okay, so we need to find what's the discount. But anyway, this is 54 lah. $54 out of 90. From here, if you know your times table well, this one is actually 6 over 10. It's actually 3/5. It's actually 3/5. So you are paying 3/5 of the price, means you are being discounted 2/5 of the price, and 2/5 is 40%. This one straightforward. So 1 minus 3/5 is 2/5. 1 minus 3/5 is 2/5, and 2/5 equals to 40%. Okay? Workings, they say show your workings clearly. When you write like that, can or not? Can. 100% can. As long as they see that you are exercising your calculations and you know why is it 40%, you can justify that, we are good to go. Okay? No need to write everything, the statement, so nice. That one after question 6, you can start doing it. Now, don't need. Okay? Continue. This one also another one that throws a lot of people off. In the figure below, PQR is the equilateral triangle. Equilateral, go and annotate first. Okay, this shows that all the angles are 60. But let's continue. PS equals to PT equal to PU. PS equal to PT equal to PU. So PS equal to PT equal to PU. The reason why I draw one line and draw two lines because they are referring to two different sets of equal lines. Go and annotate. Okay, so from here, we can already observe that this is also 76. Okay, this whole thing, the SPU is 60. But this 60 right, is not divided equally to SPT and TPU. It's not. It's not. Most people think it is. It's not. Okay, it's not. So we need to go and manually go and find what is PUT. Okay, as you can see from here, it has already divided up to two isosceles triangles. They have the same length. That doesn't mean that they have the same base angle. They only have the same length. Okay, this one is important. Most people just like, hey, yeah, same length, ma. So just 76. Answer, no, that's not how it's supposed to work. Okay, so be very careful about this kind of things. So we can find SPT. 180 minus 76 minus 76. 180 minus 76 minus 76. 28. So this guy here is 28. Then we can find PU, which is 60 minus 28, which is 32. Then I can find my PUT, which is 180 minus 32 divided by 2. 90 minus 16, 74. 74 is the answer. Okay, so that means this guy here is 32. So go and work it out one by one. Don't assume. Okay, let's continue. Question 4, Mr. Sim used 40% of his money to buy 6 rulers and 7 pens. The cost of 3 rulers is the same as 2 pens. What is the most number of pens that Mr. Sim could buy with the money he had left? Okay, so interestingly, we got a couple of things here, and these kind of questions seems to be very popular nowadays. Okay, 40% just means 2/5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this amount here is 6 ruler plus 7 pens. Okay, so the idea and the question that we need to ask ourselves right now is, with this amount of money here, 6 rulers and 7 pens, how many pens does it worth? I say again, how many pens does 40% of the money worth? So I need to convert all the rulers to pens. That is my idea. Okay, so I want to convert rulers to pens. So 3 rulers equals to 2 pens. Here is 6 rulers. 6 rulers equal to 4 pens. What does it mean? That means with 40% of the money is equal to 11 pens. Why? Because it's 7 pens that she already bought. With these 4 pens that is newly converted. Can you understand? So that means from here, we can go and continue to find how many, because with the money he had left means 60%. So 40% equals to 11 pens. So we need to find how many pens is 60% worth. My iPad lagging. Okay. 60% equals to how many? 3/2 times 11p. Then you realize that, hey, the answer got decimal. How? It doesn't matter because they say what is the most number of pens. I never asked you to buy one pen and then go and like break it into half. Okay, doesn't work that way. So it's 3/2 times 11. You will get 16.5. That means with the remaining money, he has enough money to buy 16.5 pen. But you cannot buy a half pen. So the answer is 16. So the answer is just 16. So maximum pens. Just write a statement here, 16 pens. That's it. Okay? Don't be too hard about the half a pen. You can't break a pen and I give you half, right? Which half I give you? The one in the tip or one in the cap. I cannot do that. So but what we know is that 60% of the money is equivalent to 16.5 pence worth of money. We are talking about the worth here. Okay, but of course you cannot buy half a pen. So the idea and the answer is 16. Understand? So that's for question 4. Okay, this one also another one throw a lot of people, don't know why. Okay, I need to use a piece of 90 cm long wire to form 3 squares and 3 equilateral triangles. The length of XY is 3e minus 9. That means this whole stretch here, here no y. The y is here actually. Okay, y is here. Okay. So it's 3e minus 9. So find the value of e. Interestingly is that the whole thing is 90. But how do we equate that straight line to everything in the perimeter? Look at this. If I were to mark this out as one line, because this is a square, and this one will be the same as this one. Okay, at the same time, I'm going to use another set of equal lines to mark out the rest. So this is 2, like that. Okay, and last one, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So we have 3 sets of equal lines. Okay, so for the one set of an equal line is 3e minus 9. So if we consider everything, how many sets of the equal lines are there? That's what they're asking for. So from here, if we were to calculate, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sets. 6 sets of that line. And it's the same for all the different sets. So that means 6 sets times xy is 90. Can follow? So I replace xy with 3e minus 9 equals to 90. That means 3e minus 9 is 18. 3e equals to 27. E equals to 9. Hey, no, not 16. 15. What am I doing? 15. So this is 24. E is 8. Find the value of E, 8. Yeah, just 8. That's it. Because it's 6 sets of xy is 90. Because I say again, if I were to break up the xy into the 3 different segments, each of these segments multiply by 6 to get the full figure. Okay, so I break it to, that means 1 plus double line plus triple line equals to xy. That's the idea. And then 6 of these sets gives me the full 90 cm. This is the idea that we're looking at. Okay? The rest is just algebra stuff. So that's why I say that algebra stuff I also want to make until like that. This paper quite tough already. Okay, can? So this is question 5. Okay, let's move on. Now, this is the real stuff, the real problem sums. Okay, question 6 to 17. I'll spend more time on this one. Okay, Mrs. Key made some cookies to sell. 2/3 of them are butter cookies, the rest are chocolate cookies. After selling 280 butter, 3/4 of chocolate cookies, she had 1/6 of the cookies left. What fraction of the butter cookies are sold? The thing is that it's only 1 mark. Okay, of course, fraction. I talk about the 2 purposes of fractions, quantity and proportion. This is all proportion because no units. No units, and it's all off. You see, off means proportion. Proportion means draw model. So draw your models, okay? Let's have a look. So this is 2/3. 2/3 of them were butter cookies. So butter is here. The remaining is chocolate. After selling 280 butter cookies, but this I don't know what is the fraction of 280, but it's okay. It's okay. Just draw a little segment and call it 280. It's a quantity, just put it there, it doesn't matter. Okay. And 3/4 of the chocolate cookies. So this one is quite easy because you can just draw one more and cut to 4 little parts. And we sell 3 of them. She had 1/6 of the cookies left. What fraction of the butter cookies are sold? A bit not worth it for 1 mark lah, but no choice. This is an exam. Okay. From here we can see what is the fraction of the chocolate cookies left. Okay, chocolate cookies left, which is this one. I want to focus on this one. So the chocolate left equals to 1/4 of 1/3, which is 1/12. Okay, 1/12. So this is 1/12 that means 1/12 of the total is chocolate left. And the final result is when they have 1/6 of the cookies left. That means the remaining stuff, which is 1/6, 1/12, is also equal to 1/12. This 1/12 goes to here, which is the butter sold. What fraction of the butter cookies are sold? This butter cookies sold to total. Is the total. It's not, is it because we have to read the question very carefully. What fraction of the butter cookies? This is the butter cookies to the total. Total. So 1/12 is not my answer. So what do we need to do? Is 1/12. The whole thing is 1/12. That means in our mind, we need to consider. That means some fraction. Okay, this is the thinking process. Follow through. Some fraction times 2/3 gives me 1/12. So we need to work backwards. What fraction of the butter cookies were sold? Okay, so in this case, 1/6 left. 1/6 left, 1/6 left. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so this is butter or cookies, this is left. This is left. Okay, because this is 1/12 left, 1/6 left. So this 1/12 here, this 1/12 here is butter or cookies left to the total. That means, right, what is being sold? What is being sold? Okay, let's retract our steps again. 1/12 sold. Okay, it can be easily done by cutting, but I don't want to do cutting. Because when y'all do cutting, when people are the handwriting very bad, then they anyhow cut, then die. Okay, I don't want to do cutting. I really don't want to do cutting. So from here, we can see that it's same thing. So the sold fraction, the sold times 2/3 equals to 1/12. Shall we just do cutting? Okay, what fraction of the butter cookies are sold? 2/3 gives me sold times 2/3. But actually, I can just say left. Left times 2/3 is 1/12. So from there, we can find the other fraction also. But I don't know how is this 1 mark. That's why I say it's not very worth it. Okay, so the left fraction is 1/12 times 3/2. So it's 1/8. Okay, so this left, this 1/8 left is my left for the butter cookies. So that means what is being sold? 7/8 is being sold. Okay, 7/8 is being sold. Because it's, okay, let me just shift the things around. Maybe it's a bit too messy already. So this one is left, butter left to total. Okay, so this one is 1/12. So the fraction of the butter cookies left, which is what we are looking for here in this left, is left times 2/3. Left times the 2/3 here gives me 1/12. This 1/12 is of the total. So the left here is 1/8. So the sold cookies, because it's of the butter cookies time, so it's 1 minus 1/8. Answer is 7/8. Okay, my student here use ratios. The handwriting a bit illegible, so I should not care about this. So answer is 7/8. Okay, if you need to digest this question on this part, go and stop the video, pause the video, look at it, and think through. Not sure, ask in the YouTube comment section. Okay, can. Okay, next, how many cookies did Mrs. Key sell? Here is quite straightforward already because the 7/8 refers to the 280 there. So 7 units equals to 280. So 8 units equals to 320. So this is the butter cookies baked. So this 320 is 2/3 of the whole total. Okay, so that means the total equals to 3/2 times 320. Answer 480. Oh, did he sell? This is total. What I'm talking about. Alamak. Okay. Here. How many cookies did he sell? Okay, but anyway, the total is here. This is the total number of cookies. And he had 1/6 of the cookies left. So they're asking for sell. It means he sold 5/6 lor. Okay, so sold equals to 5/6 times 480. Answer is 400. Okay, so use as much information from the question as possible. Huh? I'm still thinking whether is there a way I can simplify the explanation for this, because I look at this question, it's not based on what I work on, it's really not worth 1 mark. It's based on my students working as well. It is what she did is also not worth 1 mark. It's really not worth 1 mark. So I really don't like this question. So, but no choice. Maybe you guys have a better solution for this. Let me know in the comment section, or you guys discover a better solution, can let me know. Okay. But I'll leave question 6 as it is. Okay. Line next. Question 7. What is the average number of pupils read by the pupils in January? We got here is 5. We got here 20. We got here 15. So from this graph, we can straight away observe that there are 40 students. Okay, keep that in mind first. So what is the average number of books read by the pupils in January? So the total books is how many? 20 times 1 plus, okay, let me write properly. 20 times 1 plus 15 times 2. That's the total number of books that is being read. Because the 5 people don't read anything. Okay, so divide by 40. So it will be just how many? This is 20, this is 20, this is 30, this is 50 over 40. 5/4. Okay, you can put 1 and 1/4. You can put 1.25. 都可以. It doesn't matter. Okay, don't need to sub over this. 1.25. 5/4. 1 and 1/4. It doesn't matter. Okay, as long as answer correct already. Okay, in February, all the pupils in the class read either 1 or 2. Yay, very good. The total number of books read by the pupils in February is 0.3, more than that in January. So we are talking about average increase, which is a good thing. So the new average will be 1.25 plus 0.3 will be 1.55. And then from here, we can find out the new total of books that is being read, which is 1.55 multiplied by 40. This one is 62. Okay, straight away use calculator. Don't need to think so much. 62. Okay, 62. Okay, 62. So from here, interestingly is that they either read 1 or 2 books. What percentage of the pupils read 1 book in February? Then it's like, huh? That's all. It's a different graph. I cannot use anything else. So what do we use here? The idea here is assumption method. You can do guess and check if you want, okay? But it's no point, okay? Just use assumption. So we want to find the number of people who read 1 book. Then you can find the percentage. So I want to assume all are 2 books. It means all the 40 students read 2 books. Okay, so it will be 40 times 2 equals to 80. By reality, is 80 books being read? Answer is no. Why? Because the actual total is 62. Why? Because there are some people who didn't read 2 books, they only read 1. So we need to account for that difference. So the people, okay, I will say the deficit, the difference. Okay, the difference equals to 80 minus 62. That gives me 18. Okay, then from here, that means there's a difference of 18. What does it mean? That means the people, okay, just write 1 book will be 18 divided by 2 minus 1. That means for every, because the 18 here is the difference. That means for one person who didn't read 2 but read 1 instead, the number of books will decrease by 1. So it's 2 minus 1. Even though the answer is just 18, but this step is actually needed. So it's 18 divided by 1 is 18. So it means there are 18 students who read one book. 18 out of the 40 students. So the percentage will be 18 out of 40. Answer is 45%. Okay, this one also same thing. Don't need to think too much. If you can mental calculate, good for you. If you cannot mental calculate, it's okay. Press calculator, get your answer. You will still get it. Okay? So this is 45%. They ask for percent, not decimal, not fraction. Okay? So you must be able to be quick enough to tell ourselves like what concepts do we need to use, what are the concepts that we need to employ in order to make this question work. Otherwise, you see this question, you start already. This is actually assumption method. Okay, how do we identify assumption method? Okay, very short and quick tips. Number one, they give you two conditions. They give you like maybe one is like that, the other one is like that. So in this case, it's one book or two books. Then they give you a total. In this total, they'll give you two types of total. One is the quantity total, one is the value total. Here, the quantity total is 40 students. There are 40 students who read 62 books. So the 62 is my value total. And then they give you either condition, it's either one or two. Then you can think it's assumption already. Or assumption or guess and check whatsoever. If you want to do guess and check here, draw a table, do, can lah, but a bit slow lah. Assumption is the way to go. Can? Okay, same thing. If you all need to digest on this, not sure, just ask in the YouTube section comment. YouTube's comment section below. Okay. Next, question 8. Okay, figure tab. Okay, got tank. Okay, interesting to note is an empty cubicle tank. So all these are 40 also. Write down. Got things just right. Go and annotate or annotate your diagrams. Empty cubicle tank, rectangular tank filled with tank to the brim, 50, 30, 60, 40, 40, 40. At 9 a.m. is turned on, flow in, 9:12 is off. Cubicle tank is 3/5 filled with water. Okay. How many liters of water flow out in the tap by 1 minute? Couple of ways we can solve this also, because now 12 minutes, we know it's 12 minutes. Okay. After 12 minutes, the cubicle tank becomes 3/5. So what we can find is the volume in the cube after 12 minutes. Right? So that will be 64,000 times 3/5. How do we get 64,000? 40 cube? Okay. For my students, you guys will have known, go and memorize your squares and cubes. 4 cube is 64. This one straight away go and use. No time, go and write 40 times 40 times 40. Press calculator. Too slow. Sorry, too slow. Okay, so straight away memorize your cubes. 4 cubes 64. 3 zeros at the back. 64,000. Okay, 64,000 times 0.6. Okay, straight away you get this one. 0.6 is 3/5 lah. Because they say 3/5 water ma. Okay, so it's 38,400 ml. But this is a span of 12 minutes. I need to find 1 minute. Alright, this one actually, if you were to convert, is 38.4 liter. So that means 1 minute will be equal to 38.4 divided by 12. 38.4 divided by 12, you get 3.2 liters per minute. So 3.2 liters. This one just change to decimal. Yep. See, you can see it. Like 3.2. Okay, can? Okay, let's continue. What fraction of the regular tank was left with water? Okay, it's quite straightforward because we already know that it's 38.4 liters of water that flowed out from the tank. So what fraction of the tank is being left with water? Few ways we can look at this. I will go with the most standard way lah. There are fastest way. There's faster way possible. Okay, so I want to find the full volume of the tank. Full volume of the tank will be 50, 30, 60. So it will be 90,000. Okay, 15, 30, 60. Is it 50? Oh, 50. Sorry, right now, right wrong. So it's 90, 15 okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 90 cm cube. So was left ma? Okay, need to go and find the left volume lah. So 90,000 minus 3840. Okay, 90,000 minus 384, you get 516. Like that. So what is the fraction? Okay, so it's 51600 divided by 90k. Okay, so divide by 90k, you get 43/75. Okay, of course, like I mentioned, there's more than one way you can do this. This one is based on volume. So for some of you who can see that it's actually in the playing with the height, also can. Or you can find the fraction of 38,400 to 90,000, then take 1 minus that fraction, also can. Okay, there are tons of ways you can do this. Okay, this volume way is the most, in a way, most suitable for majority of y'all. If y'all can see other ways like thinking in proportion, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Don't be too constricted by this. Once again, if you are not sure whether your solution is accepted for this question, put it down in the YouTube comments section below, and then you ask me. Okay, I'll read your comments, I'll answer there. Okay, that's the fastest way that you can interact, and then for you all to revise. Okay, let's move on. Okay, sorry, 75. Okay, move on. Question 9. Okay, this stadium, house, airport, 25, 30 kilometer. Okay, the airport is exactly halfway in between the two houses. Airport is halfway. Interesting. That means what we can straight away infer from here. That means Heng's house to airport is also 30 kilometers. That means stadium to airport is 5. This one straight away must write already. Okay, so airport is halfway ma. On Monday, Heng and then start driving, then drove the 24 kilometer per hour faster. How much further they meet? Where they meet? At the stadium. How much further did Dan drive than Heng? 10 kilometers. This one don't need to see. Why? 5 times 2. That's all. Okay, to explain further on why is it 5 times 2. Okay, let's understand this. Once we already know that the stadium to airport, the distance is 5 kilometers. So that means from Dan's house to stadium is 35. So Dan is 30 plus 5, 35. Then Heng will be just 25. So therefore the difference is 10. That's all already. Okay, I know that there are some other questions that don't tell you about distances, but only tell you about like the distance like from the stadium to airport. They don't tell you Heng's house to stadium. They don't tell you Dan's house to airport. How? But in this case, we will still be able to find the answer. Why? Because it is just 2 times of the difference. This is what you need to understand. Why? Because from Heng's house to stadium, Heng is traveling 5 kilometers less than to airport. Okay, because Heng to airport is halfway. So Heng's to stadium, right, is half the distance minus 5 kilometers. Okay, so if I were to indicate here, this is half the distance. This is half the distance. This applies to if they never tell you 30 and 25. If questions, they never tell you 30 and 25, they only give you the 5. How? This is how you do it. So listen carefully. So from Heng's to airport is half the distance. So from Heng to stadium, right, is half the distance minus 5. This is the first thing. I say again, Heng's to stadium is half the distance minus 5. What about then? Then will be half the distance plus 5. Because it's beyond the airport. From Dan's perspective, is I need to pass by the airport, then I get to the stadium. Okay? So it's Dan's house, from Dan's house to stadium is half the distance plus 5. Can follow? So you combine these 2 things together. One is half minus 5. One is half plus 5. So what's the difference? 5 plus 5, 10. It's the same thing. Okay, so is because the 5 is had to travel more. Okay, that's the idea. So listen carefully to the half minus 5 and the half plus 5, and then you go and put these 2 things together. Okay, if you really still not sure, okay, you can draw a model. You can really draw a model to draw this. Okay, so this is half. let's say this is the half distance, half D, this is plus 5. This is the 5. Okay, that is for Dan. Okay, Dan. Okay, DAN. Then for Heng, right, it's half the distance minus 5. So it's 5 less. So this is the half distance. So this one is 5. This difference is 5. So do you see that the distance that they travel, the difference here is 10? That's the idea. So you want to really use a model to explain, also can. That is also a more visual way for you to understand this lah. Okay? And also, they won't give you the distance so nicely every now and then. Okay? I know that there are some other papers that give you this question. I remember it's about 240 meters, something like walking one, but it's similar to this. Okay? So take note from here and go and understand it from there. Okay? Let's continue. What was Dan's driving speed? Okay, Dan's driving speed. They met at the same time. Okay, however, now because of the extra faster speed that Dan drove, he drove additional 10 kilometers. So what can we see from here? That means the time taken, okay, the time taken for the 10 kilometers to be covered by the faster speed. So we take 10 divided by 24 is 5/12 of an hour. That means the entire duration for both of them to reach the stadium is 5/12 hour. Okay, it's not important to know the minutes, not important here. Okay, I just need to know it's 5/12 an hour. That's all it matters. Okay, so what is Dan's driving speed? So Dan took 5/12 hour to travel how many? 35 kilometers. So what is the speed? The speed will be 35 kilometers divided by 5/12 hour. This is the fastest way for you to directly apply the formula. Okay, so you straight away 12/5, then you cancel like that. Then this 7, this 1. So answer 84 kilometers per hour. Okay. So what is more important in this question is the driving speed here. This one is quite important. So we know that this extra distance, extra 10 kilometers distance that is being traveled is because Dan is driving faster at 24 kilometers per hour faster to cover for this 10 kilometers. Okay, so what is the time taken to cover this 10 kilometers? It's 5/12 per hour. If they both travel for 1 hour, then will travel 24 kilometers more because it travels 24 kilometers per hour faster. So we are using that to find the proportion. Mm. 14. Hang on, I saw some questions in the middle. 28. The small triangle and big triangle adds up to be the big triangle with base 28 and height 14. Okay, can. Let's continue. Okay, on Saturday, question 10. We are question 10 already. The number of adults to boys to girls is 8 to 2 to 5. On Sunday, the number of children visiting the zoo remained the same. However, the number of adults increased by 25 and the number of girls decreased by 50. So what we can visualize is also the number for boys increase because the number of children visiting a zoo is the same. Okay, so one goes down, the other one must goes up. Okay, let's have a look. So is 8. Okay, I write adults to boys to girls. 8 to 2 to 5. Let's have a look. What is the ratio or number of A to B to G on Sunday? I'm looking for a ratio. So let's have a look at the ratio. The number of adults increased by 25%, means they increased by 2 units. This one must know already. 25% of 8 is 2. Okay, so increase by 2 units. The number of girls decreased by 50%. So it's 50% of 5 units. So it's a drop of 2.5 units. Okay. However, the number of children visiting the zoo remain the same. So therefore, the boys must increase by 2.5 to cover for the decrease in girls. So here will be 2.5 units in the end for girls, 4.5 units for boys, and 10 units for girls. However, I cannot put this as my final answer because this one got decimal. So how? You see the decimal point is 0.5, 0.5. What can we do? We multiply by 2 to make everything to be a whole number. Therefore, the answer is 20 to 9 to 5. That's my answer. Can digest this a bit. Just times 2 the whole thing to from 0.5 because 0.5 times 2 is whole number already, so times 2 can already. Okay, let's continue. Each of the statement, true, false, not possible to tell. On Sunday, there were more boys than girls going to the zoo. Answer is yes, obviously, because it's 4.5 units, because you're comparing 4.5 units to 2.5 units. Okay. On Sunday, the difference between the number of boys and girls is 585. This one, interesting, because they never tell you any quantity. They never tell you any quantity. So how will you know it's 585? So at this point, most people will say it's not possible to tell. But in fact, it is possible to tell. It's either true or false. Let me show you why. You see, on Sunday, the difference is between the number of boys and girls to 585. So if you look at the ratio on Sunday, it's 20 to 9 to 5. 20 to 9 to 5. So if you are looking at the number of units in difference, it is 9 units for boys and 5 units for girls. How many units is difference? 4 units difference. Now, here's the thing. If it's 4 units difference, can the number of the difference be an odd number? Cannot, man. Why? Because it's 4 units. I cannot take one guy and chop it into half, right? So the difference between the boys and girls must be an even number. I don't know what the even number is, but I know it's definitely not 585. Because 585 is odd, man. Get the idea? So we must be able to infer. Okay, you must be able to infer from here that whether this number is legit or not. Okay, not possible to tell. Yes, we cannot tell the exact number. We still don't know the exact number, but I know it's not 585. It's definitely not 585. Maybe 586, maybe 584. We don't know. As long as this number can be divided by 4. And more importantly, at the most basic level, it must be an even number. That's the idea. Okay? Can? Okay, can. Next one. Let's move on. On Sunday, the number of boys increased by 125%. So it increased from 2 units to 4.5 units. Okay, 2 units to 4.5 units, increased by 2.5. Answer is true. Okay, how do we do so? So it's 2.5 over 2, because 2.5 is the increase. Okay, times 100%. So straight away, if you press the calculator, you will get this. You'll get 1.25. 1.25 就是 125%. Okay, so the answer is true. So this one is the tricky part, the even and odd number part. Okay, can. Okay, once again, if you're not sure, if you need to repeat my explanation again, stop the video, think about it, or you can change the playback speed of my video. Okay, make it 0.8 times, go and listen and digest. Okay, I don't want to explain it again already. Okay. Okay, let's go, continue. Okay, find X, find Y, find Z. 1 mark, 2 mark, 1 mark. Like that, 4 marks. Okay, straightforward. ABCD parallelogram. Okay, let's go and annotate them again. These two are parallel. These two are parallel. Important. Okay. EFG is a rhombus. Rhombus is a tilted square. So what we must indicate is that EF, all these lines are all equal. Their lines are all equal. And that makes the rhombus, right, have 2 identical isosceles triangle. Very important, this one. Okay, let's continue. Let's go and find x. Find x is pretty easy because we know that angle ABC is 112. So x will be 112 minus 73. That will be 39. Yeah, 39. Okay, now find y. Okay, find y. Let's see from here, find y. Okay, from here we can already, now we got x already to be 39. We can find y. Why? Because we can find BCD. BCD is 180 minus 112, which is 68. Okay, and then x plus y plus 68, x plus y plus 68 gives me 180 if we were to focus on this triangle. Okay, so you can find y already. Okay, so y will be equal to 180 minus 68 minus 39. That is the idea. Okay, at the same time, we can also straight away say it's 73 as well. Technically, you don't need to do workings because why? Because AB is parallel to CD, so it's an alternate angle. It's an alternate angle. You can see a Z thing there. Okay, let me just highlight this. It's a Z like that. So 73 is Y lah. Also can. Okay, but of course, through workings, you'll be able to justify it better lah. Okay, now last one, find Z. Find Z. Z is where? Z is here. Okay, so from Y, because we know and we indicated very clearly that EGH is an isosceles triangle. So Y is the top angle. We can find Z already. So in order to find Z, it will be 180 minus angle Y, which is 73, divided by 2. The answer will be decimal, but it's fine. Angles, it is okay to have decimals, okay? So 180 minus 73 divided by 2, 53.5 degrees. Okay? And this one's quite straightforward. Once you understand and indicate the diagrams and annotate, everything will be very clear. Okay, let's move on. Question 12. Two identical rectangles A and two identical rectangles B from a side of rectangular paper. A and B is 6. Same breadth at 6. Okay, they also see in the diagram here already. Okay, 6. A is 13 cm longer than B. The breadth of the remaining piece is 25. What's the length of the remaining piece? Interesting, this kind of question. Okay, so why do we say so? Okay, from here, we can actually infer a lot. We can observe quite a couple of things if we really study very closely at the diagram. You see, you see this 6 here? You see this 25 here? Do you see that if I were to shift the 6 here, wouldn't that give me the length of B? Yeah. So the length of B is just 25 plus 6, 31. And since rectangular A is 13 cm longer, 13 cm longer is 44. So this is length of A. This is length of B. Okay? So I want to find the remaining piece of paper, which is the one I indicated in question mark. So you can see it's a whole length here minus of this one, which is 6. This is a breadth of B, is also 6. So I can just take for the length, it will be 44 cm minus 6 cm. Answer 38. 1 mark. Okay, so a lot of people say, "Ayo, this question all over the place. How? Calm down and look at the diagram and indicate and make inference from the diagram itself. Draw the question mark in the diagram to tell yourself and remind yourself what are you looking for. Then slowly guide yourself from there. Calm down, okay? That's the idea. So this is 44. That's the idea. Okay, can? So that is for question part A. Let's move on to part B. Part B is the one that kills a lot of people. At most, from the remaining area inside here, how many rectangles of A and B can we cut from the remaining piece of paper? This one, a lot of people got thrown off. Okay, so I want to reconsolidate and let's collate everything into part B. Okay, first of all, we know that A has a length of 44. Breadth is 6. Okay, that's for A. For B, for B is 31 cm for the length, and the breadth is 6. This is what we know so far. We collate here first. If not, you see everything from the diagram, you also blur. Right or not? So write down first, write down. And then we want to find from the remaining area, which is from the, just now I shade the rectangle. So remaining is how many, what is the dimensions of the remaining? We already know it is 38 cm. Okay, that's the length. Okay, remaining, but L is 38. What's my breadth? The breadth here is 25 because they already give me in the question that is 25. Okay, now, how many A and B can we cut from a piece of paper? Number one, A is confirmed 0. Why? Because the length too long. How to cut? Cannot cut. The length A length 44. You compare with length 38. You cut what? You cannot cut. So A is definitely 0. So you see, it's very difficult to see that just plainly from the diagram itself if you don't consolidate all your information. That's why in my planning stage, I always say, what do you have? What do you need? What can you find? Is to consolidate the things that you have and obtain up to this point that allows you to solve on this part of the question. Okay, so you see, if you collate here already, the length is 38. The rectangle A is too long for it. So A confirm cannot cut anything on. So therefore, it is just how many? 0. A is 0. Okay, now we focus on B. Now how many B? The breadth is 6. The remaining breadth is 25. So I can take 25 divided by 6 for remainder 1. What does it mean? That means the maximum I can cut is 4 strips of rectangle B. Answer 0, 4. Okay. Of course, there will be some remaining space because it's 31 cm in length only That means the remaining space for these 4 strips, the remaining length for these 4 strips is about how many? 7 cm 38 minus 31 7 cm. But we can't do anything else with that. It's like wasted space. Okay, so at most you can cut 4 strips. That's all. A is definitely out of picture. For those of you who write a number, you tikam, you hantam a A for number, I confirm wrong. Because you all didn't consider common sense. This is common sense. Okay, but common sense will come along the way if we consolidate all the information and compare it on the same platform. Okay, let's move on. Question 13. I don't know why the number become black color dot, but this is A, this is B, and this is C. Doesn't matter okay. And then the lines are a bit blurred, but the dots are still there. So let's just continue. So during which hour interval there's no buns sold? No buns sold means here is left, and we need to observe the diagram. This is left unsold. Left unsold never touch no move. No move is here. So 1500 to 1600 hour. Okay. So the bakery, at what time had the bakery sold 1/4 of the total number of buns sold that day? So we need to go back and find 1/4 of the total number. What's my total number? Did the question mention so? Yes, 160. So that means I'm looking for 40 buns sold. That is what I'm looking for. That means there will be a drop. There will be a drop of 40. That's the idea. Let's look at the graph. Where did it drop by 40? At this point, we always have a common habit. Is whenever you see like number or graph like that, right, go and write down the numbers. It won't do you harm. Okay, so it's write down first 160. This one should be 1, 2, 4, 8. This is 40 1, 2, 3, 4. So every line increase by 8 Remember so 128, 120, 80, 80. What else? 40, 48, 56, 62. No. 48. Here is add 24, 64. And then this one is 30, 32. Like that. Okay, so where did it drop by 40? Where did it drop by 40? From here to here, from here to here. At what time had the bakery sold 1/4 of the buns? Okay, had the bakery sold 1/4, that means we are looking at up to which point. Okay, you need to understand the question. Most people will just write 14 to 1500, then you guess number. But it's up to that point they sold 1/4. So at what time had the bakery sold? 1400. Because at this time, from the starting until now, is 40 buns sold. It's not which interval did they sell 1/4. It's at what time had the bakery sold. So a bit of wordplay over there, just need to take note. Okay, answer 1400. Okay, see, the price of a bun is $2 before GST. How much did the bakery receive from all the sale of a bun after 9% GST? Quite straightforward. At this point of time, it started out with 160 buns, left with, let's check again, is 32 buns. So the buns sold, we need to find a number of buns sold first. Okay, 160 minus 32, which is 128. Okay, and for each bun, so the total money will be 128 times 109% of $2. This one is 2.18. Most of you all will be doing it separately. Actually, it's don't need lah. Okay, so 128 times 2.18. So you'll get this number. 279.04. Okay, 279.04. 279.04. That's your answer. Quite straightforward, 2 marks. Okay, can. Let's move on. Question 14. Show 2 trays of 10 eggs each. This one also another one. When I first explained to my student, it's quite hilarious. Okay, the mass of a cardboard tray of eggs is equal to the plastic tray of eggs. So which type of empty tray is heavier, and how much heavier than the other type? This one a bit of a variation from the Helen and Ivan question, the legendary Helen and Ivan question, but it's actually the same concept. The tray of cardboard eggs is equal to a plastic eggs. So from here, they say mass per egg is 55 grams and 60 grams for cardboard and plastic. That means the type of eggs in the trays. Okay, so which type of empty tray is heavier? From here, we can see that the cardboard one is 550 grams. Eggs. And then for plastic is 600 grams. I have to say again, eggs. Why? Why I need to keep reinforcing eggs? Because if I draw a model like that, and this dictates the same mass for the tray and the eggs, they are of the same mass. Okay, so I draw this one as cardboard. This is plastic. If the cardboard eggs is 550 and the plastic one is 600, so can I say that this is the tray? So which tray is heavier? The cardboard is heavier. By how many grams? 50 grams. Why? Because if you focus on this model itself, okay, this is the tray. So the 550 and the 600 are the eggs. Then we have the empty trays. Now I'm going to shift the focus to the empty tray, which is just here. Who heavier? Cardboard tray? How much heavier? Here, this is the heavier part. 50. Okay, I'm going to write it inside. So answer is, which one heavier? Cardboard. How much heavier? 50. That's the answer. Okay, I don't know why people got very thrown off by this. But of course, what really makes this question very important is the way of how you break down every single component, every single possible component of a problem in order to find the real truth. Okay, so this one, people got a bit thrown off lah because they don't really understand the mass per egg thing, then the 2 trays of eggs. Maybe they haven't been to grocery shopping much enough to see that, oh, the tray inside got the egg, how it works and all this. Go buy shopping, go grocery shopping with your parents more lah, okay? And then you will understand how this thing works. Go and understand, go and see, go and touch the tray of eggs, go and touch the egg. And then like that. So at least you know what does it mean in this context. Okay? Can. Let's continue. B. Madam Fatin bought twice as many plastic trays of eggs as cardboard tray of eggs. She spent a total of 108. How many eggs did she buy altogether? This one, obviously, this one is definitely grouping. Okay? Grouping. This one is a must know already by now. Must know already. Spend twice as many plastic eggs. So what is one group? One group is where I have 2 plastic tray of eggs and 1 cardboard. So I know that 2 times plastic is how many? Because 1 plastic is 375. So 2 plastic is 2 times 375. This is 750. So one group, the total of one group is how many? 750 plus how many? Plus my 450. That makes $12. That means for one group of 2 trays of plastic and 1 cardboard is $12. But in reality, did she spend $12? No, she spent 108. That means we need to find how many groups of 12 are there. So 108 divided by 12, there are 9 groups. Okay, 9 groups of this thing being bought. 9 groups. Okay, so after that, how do we find the number of eggs? Then we go back to one group. One group, how many eggs? Because there are 3 trays that are being bought. Okay, one group, there are 3 trays of eggs. So it's 3 times 10 is 30 eggs. 30 eggs. Because one tray is 10 eggs. The question already said so. Okay, so one group is one group of 2 trays plus 2 plastic trays and 1 cardboard tray makes 30 eggs. One group is 30 eggs. How many groups are being bought? 9 groups. So total eggs is 30 times 9, 270 eggs. Okay, grouping is the fastest way that you can solve and understand this. And I would say it's the most standardized way of looking at such problems. Okay, grouping can be used almost everywhere. Okay, so make sure you understand what is called grouping. Grouping. Okay, in Chinese we call 打包. So one group is 1包, 一包. So how many of these groups? Like that. Okay, this is what I call grouping. Okay, let's continue. This one. The moment I see this question, I want to laugh already. Why? Because a lot of people got thrown off and they got mixed up by the question a bit. Okay, this kind of questions, right? It actually came out a bit in paper 1, booklet B, short answer questions. When they ask you how many, for example, hear me out. When you hear this kind of sample problem, it's very familiar, it's very similar. When they say, I got a roll of ribbon, I cut 4/5 meter. How many pieces are there? And what is the length of the remaining ribbon? Okay, let me know if you have heard such questions before. Okay, go and put it down in YouTube. You go and put it down in the comment section below. It's very common. But this one is like a extended version of it. It's an extended version of it. Then people got thrown off. Okay, let's have a look at this question. Gita used 300 pieces of ribbons, each of length 125. But these ribbons are sold in 12 meters each. That means one row is 12 meters. She bought the least number of rows of ribbons. Find the number of rows of ribbons that Gita bought. So a lot of people, most of them, right, will go and find out what is the total length required. They will go and find out the total length required. So 300 times 125 cm, then you got that number. Then you think, oh, how many 12 meter do I need to find from that? Then the answer they got is 34. Then wrong. Why? Okay. This one really, I really highly implore and encourage you all, go to the supermarket with your parents. Don't stay at home play Roblox. Okay, go and understand how items are being bought and how items are being secured and procured. From here, yes, you may be right in the sense that I do need 300 pieces of 125 cm. That is the total distance, the total length of ribbon I need. But when it comes to buying stuff, we cannot just take it and divide by 12 like that, because I'm not going to connect all the ribbons together and then cut. Ribbon is being ribbon like that. So what we need to do is to find out how many pieces, listen carefully, how many pieces of 125 cm can I cut from one row of 12 meters? Hear that again, okay? I'm not going to repeat this. You go and replay the video and hear it again, okay? So I need to find the number of rows of ribbons that guitar bought. I say is to find the number of ribbons. Find number of ribbons per 12-meter row. Then we use that to divide by 300 to see how many rows that we need. Okay, so 12 meter is 12 meter is 1,200 meter. 1,200 cm, sorry, divided by 125 cm. So this one, you realize you get 9. I think it's 9 something. Then you get some wastage, but it's fine. 9.6. What does this mean? That means from one row of 12 meters, you will only maximum get 9 pieces. You get only 9 pieces that is usable. Okay, so you need 300 pieces. How many do you need? So it's 300 divided by 9. So you get 3. So you got 300 divided by 9. You get 33 and 1/3. Then people are confused again. Huh? 33 and 1/3. What is this? So we need to, that's why the statement is important. This one tells me the number of ribbons, number of 12-meter ribbons needed. Okay, but I cannot buy 1/3 of a ribbon. Yes, I only need I need an extra 1/3 of a ribbon, of a 12-meter ribbon to fulfill my requirement of the 300 piece. But I cannot just buy a 1 ribbon and then I just buy 1/3 of it. I cannot. So the minimum number of rows that you need to buy is 34. Because I need to round up the 33 and 1/3. So the minimum number of ribbons I need to get is 34. Most of you, when you guys want to multiply the distance, multiply the length, and then divide by 12 meters, right, you all will get 32. 32 is wrong. Why? The two ribbons that is being the two ribbons difference it comes with all the wastage. Is today if I take all the wastage space from this ribbon and I connect them together, I can save on 2 ribbons. I can save on 2 rows of ribbons. But I cannot. It's not for you to connect like that. So you need to go and buy and cut off one wholesale piece. Understand? Okay, so this is what throws a lot of people off. We need to prioritize the number of ribbons that is usable in one row of 12 meters. It's not to take the whole distance, the whole length, and then divide. It doesn't work that way. Understand? Okay, so moving on. This is the second boss question. Okay, find the total length of the unused ribbon. So we know that there is 34 unused ribbon and it's only 2 marks. So how can we find this? So we know that we are already buying 34 ribbons. So the board length means everything. So it's 34 times 12 meter. 12 meter. Yeah, 12 meters. So it's like that. Okay. So this is the total that is being bought. Okay. So it's 34 times 1200. You get 40,800 cm. This is the amount total that you buy. Doesn't mean that you used, but you use only 300 pieces. Okay, so the used length is 300 pieces of 125 cm. This is what you used. Okay, so this is 125 times 100, 375. Okay, let me try again. 34 times 12, 408 minus. Correct. Okay, so this is the total length that is being used. So what is the unused? Is 3,300 cm. This is the most straightforward way to do it. Okay, technically, normally when I explain to students, I need to explain, okay, so from the first row to the 33rd row, there will be some wastage left. Then on the 34th ribbon, you only use some of the 9 usable pieces because enough already, ma. So the remaining becomes unused. The remaining becomes unused. Okay, so for those of you who want that explanation, right, same thing. Comment down at the section. Comment down at the YouTube section. Comment down below. Comment down below and let me know if you all need that solution. Okay, then maybe I contact you separately or I upload another solution for that. Okay. So that is for this question. This is the one that threw a lot of people off. Really. Okay. Can 16. Let's continue. Second last question already. Okay. One right hand triangle, 3/4 circle, and 7 identical semicircles. So this is the 3/4. Okay. The perimeter of the triangle is 180 cm. Okay. Find the radius of the 3/4 circle, which is here lah. But I believe it's the same for everything else lah. It's the radius of everything. Okay. So 180 minus 15 minus 10 minus 75. So 180 minus 10 minus 15 minus 75. You should get 80. Okay, 80. So this 80 is made up of how many parts? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 80 divided by 8 gives me 10. But this 10 is the diameter. So I need to divide by 2 to get my radius. Okay, that's the idea. Now, next. B. Use the calculator or value of pi to find the area of the figure. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. This one quite straightforward because we already know the radius is 5. Okay, and you're looking for area. So I can find the area of a triangle. Then I can find the area of the circle stuff and then put them together. That's the general plan. Okay, general plan. Okay, so let's look at the triangle first. Triangle is half times. So we look carefully. If the diameter here is 5, so I want to solve for the breadth of the triangle is 10 plus this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. Okay, so it's half times 45. Okay, once again for the length as well. So it's 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 6, 45. Say 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 60. So the length is 60. Okay, so this one cancel. So this one should be 1350. Yeah, 1350 cm squared. Okay. Not sure of calculation is okay. Just press calculator. Doesn't matter. Okay, 1350. Okay. So this is the area of the triangle. Let's look at the things over here, the circle stuff. So there are how many semicircles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's 1 3/4 circle. Since they all share the same radius of 5 cm, I can just lump everything together lah. Okay, can? So I need to find how many circles are there. So it's like it's 7 semi plus 1 3/4 circle. 3/4. Correct? So it's actually 7 times half a circle plus a 3/4 circle. So it's 7/2 plus 3/4. Okay, this one should be 14, 17, 17/4. Like that, 7/2 plus 3/4. Okay, 17/4. So what does it mean? What does this mean? This means, okay, if I were to put it into a mixed number, you'll see better. So it's actually 4 1/4. What does this mean? That means all this circle stuff is 4 1/4 circles. So for example, this is 1 circle, 2 circle, 3 circle. Then I cut this one. This one is the 4th circle. I left one part. So it's easier for me to multiply because I want to bring it back to how many circles worth are all these little curved parts instead of finding them individually. Oh, so it is 4 1/4. So I can straight away find the total area already. So it's 1350, which is the area of the triangle, plus 4 1/4 multiplied by 2 pi. No, not 2 pi r. Pi r squared. Pi r squared. R squared is 25. Punch this in the calculator and you get the answer. Okay, so 1350 plus the 17/4 multiplied by 25 pi, because they say use the calculator value of pi. I don't give a shit what the pi is. You just use the calculator pi. Okay, so you will get this 1683.79. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. That means in my working, I will need to show 3 decimal places to show what I need to round off to. 1683.794. 794. So 1683.79 cm squared to 2 decimal places. That's the answer. 1683.79 cm squared. Okay? Of course, like I mentioned, if you want to go and find individual semicircle, you want to find a 3/4 circle, then add them together one by one, also can. Okay, don't be too hard up about my solutions. The idea here is to get the plan. Okay, what I'm doing here is the most efficient way to do it, because for me, my personal preference is I want to group everything together to be working on something that I'm familiar with. For example, in this case, I want to work at 4 1/4 full circle. That's why I do my working like that. Okay, if you have your workings ready with mine, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Okay, the answer is 1683.79 is correct. Okay, it will still be correct. So not to worry about the approach. And not to worry about the individual small steps. Okay, of course, I want to reduce this because the lesser things you write, the lesser chance you will get calculation error. So I want to work on the simple stuff first, and then I do the big stuff at the back. That's my rationale. Okay, so that's for question 16. Haha, last one. End of paper 2. Last one. Ken has 3 identical large cubes and small identical cubes. She packs all the cubes tightly in a square base. First clue, square base. Rectangular box such as it's filled to the brim exactly. The square base means that the bottom here and here same. Take note for now. Okay. The figure below shows the packing of 1 large cube and 1 small cube. In the ratio of the large cube to small is 2:1. The volume of 1 large and 1 small is 576. Okay. How many large and small cubes are packed in the empty space as shown in the figure? Okay, are packed in the empty space shown in the figure. Okay, so this one is very, very devious. Why? Because they already mentioned there are only 3 identical large cubes. Yes, you may be right in the sense that at the base level, it needs 4 large cubes. You are right. But they only have 3 large cubes to start off with. So we cannot just assume that I need 3 more large cubes. So answer is 3. So answer is true. If you write 3 here, you are wrong. Okay, how many large cubes and small cubes are packed in the empty space shown in the figure? You can only pack 2 more because 1 is already inside. So you have only 3 cubes. You can already take out 1 that's in the figure. You can only pack 2 more in the remaining empty space. So this is actually a trick question. Okay, so after we used up all the large cubes already, then you realize that there's actually some space left. What happens? I'm going to show you, I'm going to draw what's going to happen. There will be 1 more cube to the side of this thing. Like here. You all can visualize, try to visualize. Here. At the same time, there will be 1 more, what I foresee will be something at the back. Maybe up to here. Can you see? So these are the 3 large cubes that is being formed. That is being filled. Okay, can you see? Can you see? Like that. Okay, this one not straight. I try to make it as accurate as possible, so that I can visualize. What's this? Okay, now I already packed the 2 large cubes inside. So the remaining can only be packed by small cubes. It cannot be packed by the large cube anymore because I got no more large cubes to use. So now we need to understand that what is remaining. The remaining is the one at the back. The base level, I need to fill up 1 more large cube, but I don't have large cube. So I need to think how many small fit to 1 large. That's the question that you need to answer. Okay, so now this one we need to go back to the question because the question said the ratio of the side of 1 large to 1 small is 2 to 1. Okay, therefore, for 1 cube, this is 1 unit, this is 2 units. So what is the ratio of 1 small cube to 1 large cube? Okay, the answer is actually 1 to 8. Why? Okay, this one is why is this so? Let me show you a figure. I take a side track on this one. Let's say I got length 1 cm. Okay, and a length 2 cm. So the ratio of the side is 1 to 2, like how we draw it here. So today, if I were to draw it, if I were to use this 1 cm to form a square, and same thing for this 2 cm to form a square. So what will be the area be? The area becomes 1 cm square and 4 cm square. Yes, because side 2 2 Oh, so you can see the area scale becomes 1 to 4. What if I cube it? What if I cube it? That means I take this one, I draw a cube. So this one becomes 1 cm cube. At the same time, this becomes a cube as well. So what will this length be? What will the volume be? It becomes 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Therefore, what can we deduce? That means how many small cubes fit to 1 large? 8. Can follow? Can follow? So now we understood this already. Okay, I'm going to leave this figure here because for the rest of the question, you don't need that much of space. You just need to count and visualize. Okay, so the bottom we need 8. So we fill up the bottom here already. Here we need 8. Then we got a 1 level on top. Okay, which is by how many? Which is by 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here 4. So in order to cover 1 of the large cubes on top, you need 4. Okay, so for here, how many? You got 4, 4, 8, 12. And then I add another 3 here. Because there's 1 cube there. So I need to fill another 3 more cubes here. So it's 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Answer 23. Okay. So pause the video. Once again, pause the video. Rewatch this as many times as you need. If you really need to hear me explain this again, reduce the playback speed if you really need to hear this very slowly and understand through every single word I say. This question is very, very, very important. Okay, I cannot stress how much this question is. This is a highlight of this entire paper today. Okay, so 2 and 23. That is my answer to question A. Okay. Okay, B. What is the volume of the empty space of the figure shown in the figure? There are a couple of ways we can do this. Okay, either we can, from the 2 and 23, let's say your answer is 2 and 23, we can use this to straight away find the empty space in the box really, because the currently in this container, there is already one large and there's already one small. So I don't really care about that. So, but what we know is that the total volume of one large and one small is 576. There are a couple of ways to do this. Is either we can find the entire volume of the whole solid and minus off the 576. That works as well. Or we can find the dimensions of each large and each small, and we find 2 large and 23 small. We can get the same answer as well. So this one, up to you. For now, what I see is that at the very least, we need to get the dimensions of one large and one small. So how do we do so? Let's find over here. So one large and one small cube is 576. And we already know by now, how many small feet one large? 8 small feet one large. That means the ratio of a small volume, the small cube volume, to the big cube volume is 1 to 8. That means 9 units is 576. So from here, we can find 1 unit already. You'll get 64. So what does this 64 means? That means the volume of one small cube is 64. Not the length. The volume of one small cube is 64. And what does this mean? That means the length of one small cube is the cube root of 64, which is 4. And with that, we can find the length of one big cube, which is 8 cm. So now we know that the one small cube is 4 cm long, one big cube is 8 cm long. So what can we do on here? We got two large cubes will be 2 times how many? 8 times 8 times 8, which is 8 times 8 times 8, which is 1024 cm cube. That's the 2 large cubes. At the same time, we need to find 23 small cubes. That will be 23 times 64. Can follow? 23 times 64, 23 times 64. You'll get 1472. So this is 1472 cm squared. So in order to find the total volume of the empty space, which is the 2 large and 23 small, it will be 1472 plus 1024 plus 1024. You'll get 2496. 2496 cm cube. And that is the answer to the final question here. Okay, so let me just rotate this out. This is the full question. Okay, so this question I would say is the highlight of the entire paper. The whole paper, the last few questions as you can see is very challenging. Notably, question 17 and question 15. This one. Okay, a lot of people got thrown off by these two. Then they lost confidence for the rest of things. This one was to me, it was a troll question. It's kind of trolling people, but people really got trolled. So as long as you lay things out and see it properly, all will be good. This one was an evil one. This one. Then people, like, really man, the answer 0? Really man? Then they scratch their head. Really can 0 man? That's why answer can really be 0. it's quite rare lah for answers in papers to be zero, but zero is still a value technically. So it actually kind of tells and reminds students that hey, if your answer and your reasoning is correct, even your answer is zero, it is correct. So what matters more is not the answer, the numerical answer. What matters more is the thinking process and how we solve problems along the way. As long as our line of reasoning is clear, answer zero, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so this is for paper 2. Okay, so once again, I will be processing this. I will be uploading this on YouTube, and then along the way, if you guys got any questions, right, just comment below, and then I'll reply and read through accordingly. Okay, so that is for today's end of year sprint. Okay, next few days, I'll be touching on other levels: P5, Sec 1, Sec 2, Sec 3, E-Maths, A-Maths, Sec 4, E-Maths, A-Maths. For now, I try my best to accommodate to as many levels as possible. Okay, I know that there's too many sub branches. For example, got foundation maths, got G1, G2, then got N level, O level. N level, O level, I will cover them separately. Okay, but I won't be covering G1 and G2. So for this year's sprint, right, I will only be doing G3 and Express. Okay, so as long this, because I'm doing this right after most of my students are preparing for his PSLE already. So most of them are graduating, so I got more time to do this. Okay, so in the future, hopefully I got more time to prepare for other streams and other papers lah. Okay, of course, in the meantime, if you guys got any papers that y'all want me to try, y'all find this paper, y'all do really quite interesting one, comment below. Same thing, comment below, let me know. Okay, I see what I can do, and then maybe I reach out to you separately, or I do up a video. In the past, when I did my exam sprints, there are people who commented, they requested for some papers, then I do lor, and I do already, then I put on YouTube, then I'll go and read. Okay, so that will be all for the sprint today. I'll see y'all in the next one. The next one, most likely I will cover is P5 Maths. P5 Maths. So for those of you who got siblings, come in, get them to come in, because I know that end of year is end of October, so they got a lot of time to revise. So this is the best time for you to watch through my videos, go and do as many papers as you can, and clarify and ask questions. Okay, so I'll see you over there. Okay, bye.